During his announcement of the declaration, President Trump made a remark about the number of undocumented immigrants in our prison system. Janelle Blutify verifies if it's true.
Some of his critics say President Trump is the one creating the national emergency he declared today. So we're double checking a few of the statements he made, like his response to a reporter who stated undocumented immigrants are committing fewer crimes than U.S. citizens.
That shows undocumented criminals or undocumented immigrants committing crime at lower levels than native-born Americans. What do you say to
you don't really believe that stat? Do you really believe that
what do
stat? Take a look at our federal prison population. See how many of them, percentage-wise, are illegal aliens. Just see. Go ahead and see.
So we took a look and found this chart from the Federal Bureau of Prisons. It shows American citizens make up almost 81% of the prison population. Prisoners of Mexican nationality, 12%. And a study by the Cato Institute shows in our state more than 400,000 native Texans were convicted of a crime in 2015 versus just under 16,000 undocumented immigrants who were convicted that same year. So we can verify that this claim that undocumented immigrants are committing more crimes is false.